Hello, and good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining me here again at Essence of a New Tarot. My name is Randy. Today will be a collective reading. I'm going to do a 4-deck reading on the collective energy, starting with the threads of karma. So if you are seeing this, there could be a message here for you. So stick around. So spirits, angels, ancestors, my guides, and the creator. What's the message? What is the message that my viewers are supposed to see today? What is the energy that we are meant to work with today? We have face what you've avoided. And then we have release inner criticism. Okay, so the first one out, avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you are not willing to face still controls you. So some of you might be resonating with the image and message on that card. I get this feeling of fear. Like it's almost like a fear that something's going to be uncovered. And you can see how this is covered up here. Like it's almost like you've done something in the past that you're so ashamed of, or you're so afraid that it's going to come to light, and you're avoiding it. And it's eating at you from inside. This is very interesting. And then you have release inner criticism, silence the inner critic, speak to yourself with kindness, and watch your confidence soar. So you can see here, there's a little journal book, and they're writing, I am enough. I am enough. I am not enough. I am not enough. I am not enough. Failure run. Why did I see that as I am enough? Failure. This is very interesting. Silence is the inner critic. So it's like, let me get a clarification card on here. Can I get a clarification on face what you've avoided and release the inner criticism? Whatever you did, what I'm seeing right now is whatever you did in the past has left a mark on you. This is the only one that faced up. It's death. So resistant to change. It's like you're afraid to change this part. You're holding on to this. You're not allowing yourself to transform. You don't feel like you deserve a better life. Oh my, okay. I feel that you don't feel like you're enough. You feel like you're a failure. Oh, you feel like you're a loser. Like you did something. And what I'm getting from this, and Spirit literally just said you have to let it go. So whatever you did, I feel like you're the one who's keeping yourself chained to this. You're the one keeping yourself from feeling like you're good enough or enough because your criticism, the self-criticism. You are way too hard on yourself. Whatever this you did, and I get the feeling like this is when you were younger. This has to do when you were younger. You're ashamed of something that you did when you were younger. And you know what? That's the past. Grow from it. Whatever this was, grow from it. Don't keep beating yourself down, telling yourself that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough to be anything or to live. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. What happened to you was not your fault. And I think you need to face that. I think it's time to uncover whatever this is, and you need to face this and look at it from a different perspective. This is keeping you from transforming. This is keeping you from changing. This is keeping you in a stagnated type of energy where you're just not moving forward. I just heard it again. It was not your fault. It was not your fault. And I'll keep saying that. It was not your fault. The things that happened to you were not your fault. Let's see what we can get from the Answer Oracle. Spirit, give me a little more insight on this, please. Trust. Trust and One more. This is reversed. Okay. So I have the word trust here. And then we have toxicity and mutual feelings, drowned to someone. Feeling drowned to someone. I feel like whatever this that has you stuck, because if you notice here, it shows bound here, toxicity. And the way that they flipped in reverse, they're right here with the face what you've avoided and release your inner critic. I think this is just confirmation saying that, yeah, you were stuck here, you were bound here. This was a trauma that happened to you. And this is something that you've seen throughout your life through cycles. It keeps coming up. This is pattern. This is a pattern that you're seeing over and over and over again. And it's really just keeping you down. It's almost like you have to trust that there is support out there for you. And if you haven't searched for support or tried to lean on anybody, I get the feeling that you're very quiet about this. You do not talk about this because you literally feel like this was something you did. And again, I keep hearing it was not your fault. It was not your fault. It is not your fault. I feel like you need some sort of support on this in order to achieve that happy outcome. In order to realize that, you know, you are worthy. You are worthy of a beautiful life. Spirit, what does the future higher self have to say? It's saying you are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. You are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. Meaning you're not meant to fit in anybody else's box. You are meant to literally dance to the beat of your own drum. And I think what you don't realize is that that person you are inside, the person who has these passions, these goals that is so incredible, is such a beautiful soul, such a beautiful person. And maybe that's why you've hid away for so long. It's because you're afraid for people to see the real you. I almost get the sensation that you feel as though the real you is taken away. New chapters require a new version of you. That's why I was getting the feeling that you feel that way, that the real you was somebody that was taken away at that young age. And that's why I'm getting the picture now. It was not your fault. What happened to you was not your fault. You should not have had to go through the things that you did. But every chapter of your life that you went through was a new chapter. Everything was a new event. It was to form you, to mold you into the best version of you each time. Each time it was supposed to be a new layer, a new armor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry what happened to you. Whoever is resonating with this, and I know that you'll understand. This was deep. This was something taken away from you. This was something you don't get back. This was your innocence. This was your perception of who you were. It feels like now I'm looking at this trust card, and it feels like that you have a hard time trusting people. You have a very hard time trusting people because of the patterns and the things that have happened in your life. Can I get some closing cards for the collective. Can I get some cards of advice for the collective? Cards of advice for the collective, please. Cards of advice for the collective. So moving through this is going to feel like a burden. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, because I feel like you haven't even started. You've been blaming yourself your entire life, and it's time for you to stop blaming yourself. You have the 10 of Wands here, which is that burden. You have extra responsibility right now. That extra responsibility is to pull yourself out of this. And what it means by pull yourself, you have the 9 of Swords here. This anxiety, this worry, these nightmares that have happened to you. You feel hopeless. You feel like, again, you're avoiding who you really are. You're afraid to face what still controls you. And it's the memories. It's the trauma of what happened to you. That is still controlling you. And remember earlier, I felt as though you didn't want anyone to know, and you don't, because you feel so ashamed for something that you had no control over. And it's that shame that is keeping you from really shining that light, how beautiful you are. It's going to take time. This is not going to be easy. You know, we're coming in after this 9 of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who, you know, isn't afraid of hard work. And right here is you putting in that hard work to deal with this trauma. You have a beautiful life ahead of you, and it's open with many possibilities of fulfillment here. But you first have to forgive yourself. I really feel like this is more like you have to forgive yourself and realize, once again, it wasn't your fault. It was never your fault. And I'm sorry that this happened to you. But it's time. It's time to speak to yourself with kindness. It's time to tell yourself, write it down. I am enough. It is not my fault. What happened to me is not my fault. Living in that despair and anxiety for all of these years and not allowing myself to truly love, to truly live, that is your fault. That part is. And I have to tell you that because I feel like it's going to give you a little bit of anger. It's going to give you a little bit of, what? What does he say? And that's what you need. You need that. You need that push to get up and be like, I'll show him. I'll change. I'm going to deal with this. But are you? Are you going to deal with it? One more card, Spirit. Transition. Change, leaving behind, releasing baggage and moving on. You are going to deal with it. I want to cry. I really do. Like, I want to cry because of what happened, but I also want to cry because I see you getting over it here. Like, there's a future for you, and it's beautiful. These things should have never happened to you. These things should have never happened to anyone, honestly. I don't know what type of freaking world we live in where the things that I see in the energies that I get, like that's how we treat people. Like they're just a tool, like they're just a piece of meat, like they're, and it doesn't even matter how old you are either, does it? No. So, but overall, I think that a lot of people needed to hear this, to realize that the things that happened to them when they were younger, they had no control over it, that it wasn't their fault. They should have never felt like they needed to be shameful for it. I get the feeling that you were told, don't ever tell, don't tell, or I'll do this, or it was like it not only did it instill fear, but it made you shameful. It's time. It's time to realize that you are more than this. You are more than what happened to you. You are more than the events that happened to you. And that it was not your fault. And it's time to accept that. And to seek help. To seek some sort of support if you need it. But I definitely see you transitioning. I see you transitioning out of this. And remember, new chapters require a new version of you. So here's a new chapter. Let's move into it. A new version. A version where you have forgiven yourself. Forgive yourself for thinking this whole time that you could have done something, that you could have changed something, that this was your fault. Forgive yourself because it was not your fault. That's the message. I love you guys. You're going to get through this. It's time to start living your life.